Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead advice reading. Now, remember the advice reading is different from your month ahead reading. The month ahead readings are really more predictive readings, okay? The advice readings will give you the advice for the week ahead. So if you should run into a situation like this, then maybe you can refer back and see how you should probably tackle a situation. So, yeah, they're different, okay? Just make sure that you're aware of that. They're not the same as the month aheads. The month aheads are for the following month. Your month ahead up now is July. This is for on a week-by-week basis, okay? And it's 3 cards, and it's a much, much shorter reading, sort of 5, 6, 7 minutes at the most. Okay, let's get into your reading then. Universe Spirit, what is the advice you have for Sagittarius for the week commencing June 19th, 2017 up until the 25th of June 2017. What is the advice in 3 cards that you have for Sagittarius in the month of June 2000, what is the advice you have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the week commencing Monday, 19th of June 2017 up until Sunday, 25th of June 2017. Show me. Well, the advice could be to be happy. I mean, I know it's a fairly mundane piece of advice, but the Ten of Cups is all about the family and friendships, but it's also about experiencing the most joy, the most emotional fulfillment that you can, because remember, it's a number 10, and when you get the number 10s, it can mean that there is either a cycle of change, it can mean that you're experiencing the most of something. So the Ten of Swords can be the most pain. The Ten of Pentacles can sometimes, not all the time. If you get, if somebody were to say to me, will I be rich? Am I going to win the lottery tonight? And I was to get the Ten of Pentacles, I'd more than likely say, well, probably not. You'll probably win £10 or $10, maybe $100, £100. But you're probably not going to be rich, despite what the Ten of Pentacles says. I've seen it myself, I really have seen it, where, I've been asked, will I win the lottery or something like that? Or will I, get a lot of money or something? And the Ten of Pentacles came up and it was £10 that the person got. Okay, so just because it's a Ten of Pentacles doesn't mean you get a lot of money. It really doesn't, even though it talks about inheritances and huge amounts of windfalls and big money. It's not always a big money card. It's because it's number 10, it can be saying £10, $10. So, and the Ten of Cups is about the most joy that one would feel, and the Ten of Wands is about the most pressure or the most burden that somebody would feel. So sometimes we can attribute the word the most to a number 10 card, because it's the, it's the last of the pip card, starting from 2 going up to 10. Sometimes this means the latter stages of a situation, which is sometimes why we can say this card is about ending a cycle, saying goodbye maybe to a home, to a job, that type of thing. For some of you guys, it might be the advice is that a cycle is ending here. So the advice could be that a cycle is ending, but it will end in the happiest of ways. It might be some of you guys are coming out of your shell. You've got the Hermit and the Tower here. The Hermit card is a card about insight, but it's also a card about withdrawal. So it might be that withdrawal is coming to an end, because you've got this Tower card, and towers represent endings. So, the Hermit would possibly represent somebody who's gone through a period of some form of adjustment, some form of spiritual enlightenment, some form of journey, inner journey. It can also be an outer study. It could be, you can be a hermit when you're studying for something, when you go to university and you study, or you're studying a particular course, or you're doing a lot of readings of books. You can get that as a hermit, where you're spending a lot of time on your own because you're kind of doing a lot of research. This can also be a researcher. So for some of you guys, it might be a time of not just withdrawal, but maybe there was a time for some of you guys where you were studying something, where you were trying to find a solution to something. And for me, this Hermit says, because this is the card that represents the inner, but then the Tower is the card that represents the outer. So when you get the Tower, it says that, it's not all about chaos. It really isn't. Sometimes this is about unexpected things happening. Sometimes it talks about things that are evaporating or moving or shifting, huge shifts. So for some of you guys, I do feel that a time of possibly withdrawal, could be study. It could be that some of you guys have been going through a solitude stage or trying to find a solution. Remember, this is also the investigator card. It represents when you are shining a light on a situation. It might be that this answer is found. So it could be that an answer is found, for example, because you've got the card, the Hermit. Another word that I attribute to this card is the word answer, or looking for an answer, a search. It could be a search is at an end with the Tower. The Tower for me is the ending card. This is the card where we're searching for something, and it could be that the Tower is representing the ending of that search. For some of you guys, you might be leaving a tower. So you might be leaving an apartment block, for example. Towers can represent apartment blocks. They can represent flats. They can represent tall buildings, for example. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're leaving a tower, and it could be that the advice is that you're saying goodbye. The ending of a cycle might be happening for some of you guys because you might be leaving. This is the card, it's facing outward from the tower. So some of you guys, you might be leaving a tower. You might be leaving, you know, something that was quite tall, something that has now kind of decimated, if that makes any sense. So I feel the advice is, one piece of advice I could say to you guys maybe that, you know, get used to the idea of maybe leaving something if you are leaving something, because the Ten of Cups says that this is assured. It says that you're saying goodbye to something. It's the ending of a cycle, but it will be in the best possible way, because some of you guys, it might be that you are ending a search here. A search is over. Search with the Hermit card. Tower means over, so it could be search is over, and therefore the ending of something is here. Could be for some of you guys you're ending a mode of study, because the Hermit is a card of the student as well, and it might be that your studies are at an end and you're saying goodbye. But you know, it might be the advice card is be happy with that because you've completed a stage. I feel that some of you guys might be completing a stage in something. Could be in study, it could be in university study, could be in college study, it could be that you've finished doing, you know, a certificate, for example, for a job, or for some form of study that you're doing. It could be some of you guys have been trying to find an answer to a question, because you've got the answer card of the Hermit, and this is the this is the searching card of the question is the Hermit, and the answer is the Tower. Okay, so some of you guys, it might be that you're finding the answer to a particular question, and that's why you've got the Ten of Cups. The advice might be rejoice next week. Starting the 19th for the next 7 days, because it might be that your question, remember the Hermit question stuff, it might be with the Tower card while it's found, because this is the where something is being opened up. When you get the Tower card, it means finally a revelation. This is the card of the revelation as well, so it might be that your question is actually being answered maybe with that Tower energy. Okay, Towers don't always represent the worst things that happen. They don't, they really don't. It just means finally there's a revelation here. Finally something is being answered, or something's being opened up to you. For some of you guys, it might be the advice card is there is an ending of a cycle in terms of where you live, maybe. For some of you guys, leaving. The Hermit is leaving the Tower, leaving the apartment block, or leaving, you know, the premises of somewhere. For some of you guys, it might be that you are leaving possibly a very shaky foundation, something that couldn't last, and it might be that you're feeling very, very happy with that. So the advice might be, well, finally, this is the card of completion, but completion in the best possible way. So the advice might be that you are completing a cycle next week, in which with the Hermit you might finally be leaving something that was on shaky ground, potentially with the Tower energy. Okay, that is your advice reading for the week commencing 19th June, Monday 19th June to Sunday 25th June 2017. If it resonates with you, then good. If it doesn't, it's a general reading. It's as simple as that. But yeah, thanks for your time, guys, and I'll see you on your monthlies. Make sure you check it out because it's on the channel now, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care.